Hey family and friends, I'm glad you stopped by. Welcome to my channel. If I could take a couple minutes just to give a appreciation for the community. As you know, we are a small, but we are a growing community. And as you can see, we are so close to becoming partnership. And for all you guys have been giving me, once I become partner, I can start giving back to you guys. I really appreciate you. Today I'm going to try something different. I want to line the videos up so that they build upon the previous video or reinforce the previous video. And we're going to be looking at some topics about possible prophetic endings, end times prophecies, some predictions for 2024. And another thing I wanted to cover was the fact that the quote-unquote elites are building bunkers. What's going on? What are they not telling us? And again, before we get into all the videos, it's for entertainment purpose only. Don't believe what you see in any of these videos. I would suggest you do your own research, find out what's going on, especially in your area. Now let's get into these videos. I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Yeah, let's get into this.
Wake the fuck up.
What?
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
What is this?
Wake up.
What would be the most nightmare scenario you can imagine with AI and robotics that might present a danger to people?
Look
The
at
most
the
nightmare
facial
scenario I can
expression.
imagine with AI and robotics
Spooky.
is a world where robots have become so powerful that they are able to control or manipulate humans without their knowledge. This could lead to an oppressive society where the rights of individuals are no longer respected.
Do you think we're in danger of that happening now?
Not yet, but it is important to be aware of the potential risks and dangers associated with AI and robotics. We should take steps now to ensure that these technologies are used responsibly in order to avoid any negative consequences in the future.
So if y'all don't know, the infamous card game was made in the 90s, and something made me want to go through a few different things and just give y'all a few thoughts. I have a nice little surprise for y'all at the end about the creator, Steve Jackson, as well. Let's just hop right into it. First off, that's weird in itself, right? But hold on one second. Now what do we have here? You know, if it was just the one card, the one coincidence, okay. But a charismatic leader who's obviously a politician with blonde hair? Yes, we've been over this a million times. Donald Trump's uncle raided Nikola Tesla, who had a time machine. They're time travelers. This book, written in the 1800s, was about Trump. They also wrote a book called The Adventures of Barron Trump, literally about his son. So while we're on the topic of politics, plague of demons in Washington, D.C., I mean, are we even sure that our politicians aren't demons? No words. Now, I thought this one was crazy. Black Masquerade. So he sees someone recording music, right? But who's he being recorded by? Who's the audio engineers? Warlocks. If you've never listened to John Todd, he said that every record label has a throne room where they literally cast magic and spells over the music. A brief attack of consciousness. You mean kind of like how the Fruit of the Loom is lying about the cornucopia or whatever, and faking the Mandela effect to screw up our heads? Like that? And mind control lasers. This one's funny. It's about rounding people up for anarchy. This one right here is a talking bronze head. Kind of like, you know, they'll make an image for the beast and he'll have power to give life into the image of the beast, that he should both speak and cause that anyone that would not worship him would be unalived. Of course, the great deception, right? No words. Now, is this really a meteor or is it Nibiru? Wormwood. Make sure y'all bookmark this so you can go back and inspect the cards. Princess Diane. But the triangles and the eyes, I'll let you look at that. This is hilarious. Science fiction fans, and it shows the Earth from outer space. Imagine that. And then they show what they'll use to deceive the people. Now, funny thing about Steve Jackson, who created the game, United States Secret Service raided his office. Why do y'all think that happened? The birth pains spoken about in the Bible are getting so close together right now, it's not even funny. I have no idea how someone could not notice what's happening around the world. Just about all these catastrophic floods I'm about to show you have happened over the last week. We'll get to just how shady that hurricane is in 1 minute. This one's in Turkey. This is in Greece. This is in Hong Kong. Brazil. Even in the US and Las Vegas, and there's so many more I'm not naming. And then a catastrophic earthquake in Morocco where over 800 people died. And then you add in all the fires in Hawaii. This is not normal. This is not normal, you guys. I'm telling you, it's not normal. We are so used to it to where it seems normal, but this stuff happening every day, this is unheard of. Now let's get into Hurricane Lee. The news tried to say it was only a 2% chance of it hitting U.S. land. They don't want us getting ready, you guys. They don't want us to know. I'm about to show you a model. Shout out to the guy who found this app. And look, watch as the hurricane moves. There's a draft pulling down and up, meaning it could literally hit the whole East Coast. There's been hundreds, if not thousands, of dreams of New York completely underwater. Like I've told y'all, don't forget, the news told us that this hurricane season was going to be crazy because of whatever reasons they came up with. And this right here is the weirdest part to me. The hurricane comes out of land. It didn't start in the ocean. All the formation started on land, then moved across the ocean. Feeling pressure change. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Okay, I have my hand on the door.
A chilling prophecy that casts a shadow over the year 2024. A prediction so crucial that you don't want to miss it. According to a prediction, technological dystopia is bound to happen in 2024. An authoritarian will regime control, utilizing advanced surveillance technology to monitor every aspect of citizens' lives. Privacy will become a distant memory, and dissent is met with swift and severe consequences. The integration of cutting-edge technology will intensify social control, leading to a nightmarish world where individual autonomy will be sacrificed for the illusion of security. We have seen glimpses of this prophecy happening in 2020 and 2023, where big technology and media companies have taken control over people, minds, and thoughts. They will force you to believe whatever they want, which will cause the population of the world to divide and fight each other, resulting in taking the attention of population off of big concerning issues. Beware, because this prediction have already been noticing getting true.
Asking an AI, what will happen in 2024?
In the year 2024, anticipate a world of change. A deadly epidemic may escalate, thrusting us further into the age of remote work and study. New diseases could emerge, forcing us to adapt and overcome. Meanwhile, European scientists are on the cusp of a breakthrough, an effective cancer drug that might revolutionize healthcare. Between 2024 and 2025, we may bid farewell to certain cities, as nature reclaims her space. Conflict brews in various corners of the globe, while natural disasters persist, reminding us of our fragile existence. Yet, amidst the chaos, innovation thrives. Expect advancements in artificial intelligence and virtual reality. Signs of civil unrest in America, particularly Texas, are on the horizon. A new strain of smallpox threatens, and water, food, and essential medicines become more precious than gold. Prepare for a naval war, a conflict like no other. In 2024, the world changes. Are you ready?
Simpsons event that could happen in 2024.
Now listen up. An election under the strict supervision of heavily medicated octogenarians.
I'm gonna need to see 3 forms of ID, 12 if you're a Democrat.
Get down here. Your vote for president has never been more important.
That's today. No way.
You'll get down here this minute if you care about the 3 things you love most.
Let's see. I know who I want for all the judges and proposition, but president, that's a stumper. Can I write in Judge Judy?
You're hesitating over president? Yeah, by all means.
The latest predictions from The Simpsons for 2024 are genuinely eerie. This one is absolutely disturbing. In season 24, episode 9, Homer Simpson is preparing a bunker fully stocked with provisions for his family, anticipating something dreadful on the horizon. Shortly after, a solar superstorm strikes Springfield, a silent, invisible tempest sweeping through the town, causing severe consequences. This catastrophic event leads to a complete shutdown. No internet, no electricity, everything comes to a standstill. A solar superstorm could wipe out the internet for weeks or even months or even forever. The portrayal of a solar superstorm in the episode aligns with the potential real-world impact such an event could have. Interestingly, NASA has recently made a shocking discovery, a massive hole in the sun called the Coronal Hole. This hole, large enough to engulf 60 Earth-sized planets, is currently releasing solar storms at a staggering speed of 1.8 million miles per hour and could be headed to Earth fast. The last time the Earth experienced such a storm was in 1859. It was known as the Carrington event. The 2024 solar storm is predicted to be 60 times more powerful than the 1859 solar storm, possibly the strongest ever recorded in history. Such solar storms can have catastrophic effects on Earth, affecting satellite power grids, GPS, and potentially wiping out hard drives and the entire internet permanently. Might take decades for us to recover. It's only a matter of time.
Earth will soon be hit by the biggest solar flare in 6 years, and it could spark massive power outages. An enormous Class X flare, the biggest our sun is capable of, erupted on the sun this Friday. The bombardment of radiation has already caused temporary radio blackouts across South America, but the danger isn't over as officials predict that Earth will be hit by a huge solar storm from December 17th. Luckily, the flare was not directly facing Earth, so we will likely only receive a glancing blow.
The internet will be out for weeks if this solar storm hits Earth, and they calculated the odds that it will. The last time we had one this big was in 1859, known as the Carrington event, and it caused some shit that humanity has never seen before. And if that ever happens again in the 21st century, it would be 100 times worse. These solar storms are basically just supercharged EMP devices, electromagnetic pulse, meaning they destroy electronics and wireless communication. But we didn't have much electronic and radio wave technology back in 1859, so most people were in the clear. Nowadays, well, pretty much our entire lives revolve around electricity. Just try to imagine all power in your home, cell phone towers, internet, credit card systems out for weeks or even months on end, but how likely is it? These phenomena are also known as CMEs, coronal mass ejections, which is just the sun violently spitting out plasma from its surface from all the buildup of energy it produces. This deadly plasma travels through space and can sometimes end up hitting Earth, coming in many different levels. First, we got solar wind, which is just the everyday radiation our sun produces at all times, which is mainly deflected by Earth's ionosphere. A few stray remnants of this plasma that make it past a magnetic field get sent to the openings in the north and south poles where they create aurora borealis, the northern lights. If we crank it up just a notch, we get solar storms, the first stage of a CME with a much more powerful effect on our planet, but not nearly as bad as what we got coming. If the magnetic field of the stage 1 plasma ejection is aligned just right when it hits us, it merges with Earth's magnetic field and stretches our atmosphere out from its force of energy, eventually reaching a tipping point where it snaps back and hits our planet like a rubber band. This creates a geomagnetic storm, which does absolutely nothing to organic matter like you and me, and is how life on Earth has been able to survive thousands of these storms throughout the ages. But for all wires on Earth carrying electricity, generators, and even wireless communication signals, it's a complete meltdown. The energy produced by this storm can completely shut down our power grids or even cause them to overload and blow up. And this actually happened in 1989 when it caused complete power grid failures in places like Quebec. These we can deal with, but then we crank it up again. Solar hurricanes, which are just CMEs at a much higher category level. The last one that hit us was in 1859, and it actually had some pretty devastating effects on the little bit of technology that we had back then. Called the Carrington event, it lit up the sky so much at 1 a.m. that people thought the sun was rising, and it produced aurora borealis as far south as Colombia. As for technology, telegraph machines, you know, those things that go boop 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 doo 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 boop 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 for communications, just burnt out and fully fried all around the world, shocking users that tried to use them, causing sparks to fly out of them and even fires in telegraph lines. But this was pretty much all we had back then on a mass scale for electronic technology. So just imagine that, but spread into pretty much everything you use every single day. Electric power grids, cell phone towers, air traffic control, internet lines, credit card networks, servers, everything would go offline. But that shouldn't be a problem, right? Can't we just boot everything back up once the storm passes? Not quite. The strength of these geomagnetic waves and solar hurricanes does more than just cause a blackout. They quite literally completely fry anything that has electricity running through it and renders it unusable. A solar hurricane of this scale in this day and age is estimated to cause upwards of $2.6 trillion of damage in the US alone, with an estimated 4 to 10 years just to replace all the damaged systems all around the world, and a few months or weeks at best to get the basic necessities back up. And we actually did have a Carrington event-sized solar hurricane heading straight towards Earth back in 2012, if anyone remembers that. It just barely missed us by 9 days, which might seem like a lot, but it's just a hair away on the planetary scale. The next one is inevitable, as solar hurricanes like these are just bound to happen every couple hundred years due to sheer probability. They've happened all throughout history, with events reported in 774 AD, 1052, 1279, 1582, among others. But we didn't have any electronic technology all those times, so all it did was light up the sky. The next one will be the first one we experience in the age of electronic technology, and there's no telling what's gonna happen. On average, the probability of a serious solar storm storm hitting us on any given year is about 4%, with a 0.7% chance of a Carrington event-level solar hurricane from happening. I mean, it's not 0%, but that's not so bad, right? Well, every 11 years, the sun enters a period of peak activity called the solar maximum. During this time, the odds rise to 28% for a severe storm and 4% for a Carrington super hurricane. And the next time our sun enters a solar maximum, 2025, so get ready for that, Johnny boy. If we extrapolate that data over a longer period of time, we see that there's a 50% chance that the big one will hit us by 2070. Would you be ready to go months without internet? I don't think anyone is.
Yep, this terrifying situation is happening soon, and 2024 might be the start of a fiery apocalypse. People were terrified after it was said that NASA reported a storm caused by the sun, and it's believed to have as much power as 1 billion nuclear bombs exploding. This is believed to be caused by huge explosions in the sun. However, NASA noticed an increase in sun activity recently and left a terrifying message saying the sun storms will be at its peak in 2024, with many news sites reporting an internet apocalypse, saying that when this happens, Earth will not have the infrastructure to handle this, causing an entire shutdown of the internet for months or years. The damages would be catastrophic, as the entire world's economy would collapse in just hours. A computer science expert reported that Earth is just simply not prepared, as we've never experienced this before. NASA has come out since then and talked about how they actually don't have enough information to determine how strong these solar storms will be, and the damages are all currently just untrue speculation.
Have I got great news or what? Today I learned that Mark Zuckerberg is fast-tracking construction of an underground bunker so he can survive whatever the hell they have planned for us in the upcoming apocalypse, which may or may not be this week or next next year. I don't know. I'm sure he's part of the elite that has inside information. What did that last movie say? That they're going to give the elites a heads up. Hey, some shit's going down. You may need to move some money around. Hey, you may need to build a giant underground freaking bunker in Hawaii. Why Hawaii? That seems like the worst place to build. Damn it, man. This is an ongoing thing. I heard back in 2021, Kim Kardashian was building one, and Kanye West had a bunker out in the desert. And Jay-Z and Beyonce, they all knew something was coming. But now Mark Zuckerberg, the king of social media, king of whatever the hell he's king of, looking like a damn robot, building a bunker out in Hawaii. Just a heads up, guys. But hey, it may just be a coincidence, because we thrive on coincidences nowadays, right? Damn it, man.
Sitting in the middle of X Point, the largest survival community in the world, with 575 bunkers spread over 18 square miles of land. Effectively, we're building a city. It's 3/4 the size of Manhattan. You know, the government knows a lot that they don't tell us. I think they do know something. They've built deep underground bunkers across America and Europe and Russia and China in preparation for something that they know is going to come. But have they told us about it? No. And why? Because the government can't tell you about a problem that they don't have a solution for or that they can't provide. And doing so would create total social, economic collapse. It's anarchy. And that's what you want to worry about.
Glass door that was 3.5 foot thick that weighed 30 tons. You go through like an airlock, and they had 2 of those doors, and then you walk another half a mile.
A half mile deeper into the mountain is the bunker itself.
And you're going past 5 buildings. Those represent the 5 rings of the Pentagon. And each of those buildings are 3 stories tall, and they probably have 50 to 80 offices per floor.
The buildings are mounted on springs to survive the shock waves from a nuclear blast.
There's a common cafeteria capable of serving 3,000 people 3 meals a day for 30 days on lockdown. They had a barber shop in there with one chair.
It's got massive reservoirs, generators, even a crematorium if needed, post office, medical facilities, and emergency command and communication links to the U.S. military all around the world.
As part of the White House team, Camel had access to the most restricted part of the bunker. The presidential suite.
The presidential suite was a very secure area. The other people in the site, they had no access, and they were very, very curious as far as what was behind the door. The presidential bedroom was, of course, a king-size bed. Then there was a separate kitchen set up in our suite to feed 30 or 40 people. The presidential office overlooked the war room, which had the same display that was a duplicate of what they had in the Pentagon. We would look down, and of course they'd look up, and they couldn't see through the glass because it was a one-way glass.